snuck up on me, had me hit, cause it ain't even taste strong. Just like I promised, cracking oysters straight out the ocean.
We both signed it? So
Yeah. Yeah, bless that dude, bro.
Move over, Kane. My bro in the middle. Yeah. Yeah. I'm hyped. I love when the plan comes together.
What's up, baby?
My fucking brother, man.
Destiny, likewise, bro.
Much love, bro. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
You're looking real cool over there.
Hey, DJ V1. You doing your breathing routines again?
Nah.
You was doing your breathing routines.
Nah, I'm waking myself up. Let's do it, man. We have a special guy here today.
You smoking too much of that
that
big
too much.
that big
That-
league
that-
OG.
I ain't gonna hold you. Got me. It got me.
You smoked it with grabber. You disrespected my weed with grabber.
I ain't disrespected. I enhanced it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've been smoking rock or under a rock, you now tuned into the Personal Party Podcast.
Cheer.
I wish I could mute you in real life. I wish I could mute you.
Not gonna happen, buddy.
I could start muting your mic when you do that.
Why would you do that?
Because I hate that ad lib. It bothers me.
All right, so whenever you turn the mic on, that's when I'm gonna say it. Because I gotta talk. It's very rarely I shut you up. That was cool for me right there.
All right, cool.
We got a special guest here.
We got a beyond special guest. It's one of my friends. You know what I mean? A part of one of the illest, greatest tag teams of our time. 14-time, well, one half of the 14-time tag champs. I wanna run this down. Tell me if I'm missing something. PWR Tag Team Champion, one time. Wrestle Pro, Tag Champ, one time. Warriors of Wrestling, Tag Champ, one time.
2 times.
Pardon self, 2 times. World Wrestling League, Tag Team Champion. Combat Zone, Tag Team Champion. House of Glory, 3-time Tag Team Champion.
Damn.
Impact. How many times you won Impact?
4 times.
4 times.
God damn.
4-time Impact Tag Champ. 1-time GFW Tag Champ.
Yep.
1-time JCW
Yep.
Tag Champ.
Yep.
So all around, we got 14 titles right here. Hold
God
on, let me get my air horns. Let me get my air horns right.
Talk
for that.
about credentials.
Let me get it right.
Resume.
Gotta let another one of them shits go. Shit. You know what I mean? We got my motherfucking brother. Oh, also a part of the hottest faction in pro wrestling today, the Inner Circle.
Boom.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Ortiz. Shout out to Big Jack. Shout out to Jericho. Shout out to Sammy.
Big homie.
Word.
We got my motherfucking brother Santana in the motherfucking building too. You know what I mean?
What up?
I see you on TV every Wednesday, now Friday, because of the playoffs.
Yep.
What the fuck is going on?
Well, damn, since you put it that way. First of all, thank you, for even inviting me here and
Come on,
and
man.
blessing me with, with
Thanks for
all this
blessing us,
and
man.
just the hospitality and just everything, bro.
Come on,
It's the
bro.
most contact high I've gotten since middle school, bro. Without actually smoking a blunt, you know what I mean? Just saying. But man, it's been a journey. It's been quite a journey the past 18 months, man. It's been wild.
It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, man.
For one, I'm shocked to even catch you in a week because you're always on fucking TV.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. When I got the text you was here, I had to rally up the guys immediately. Like, hold on. Santana's here. Make sure everybody pull up. We got another episode to knock out because very seldomly I have my brother in the city, even though you're born and raised in New York City.
sir.
NYC, baby.
NYC in this motherfucker.
sir.
Strong.
You
You
already-
know what I mean? I'm talking about behind Manhattan Center.
100%.
You feel me?
116.
116.
2KW.
2KW.
All
You
day.
feel me? I was
Yes,
watching
sir.
y'all on public access.
Damn
Yeah,
right.
it's
Real
crazy.
spill. Real
Crazy.
spill. Like, yo,
Crazy.
what the fuck? Because you know, like, I love wrestling, and you know that.
Yep.
I'm at all the events,
Yep.
and you know, like, I love the art.
Yes,
And
sir.
back then, you know, when I was younger, everybody I feel like in this room wrestled. We
Mm-hmm.
all made cardboard titles. We all fucking was trying to get to it somehow, some way. We was a part of the NWO or
Yep.
DX or Four Horsemen or whatever
Or
it was.
suplex the cousin.
Everybody had their own crew in the schoolyard and
Right,
shit.
right. Everybody had
100%.
that. Right. So seeing y'all do that where it was organized,
Yeah.
right, without a ring, but it was still a telling story.
Yeah, man.
And for you to see you today, a fucking 14-time tag and running because it's not over. I'm just waiting for you to get the AEW tag. It's just a matter of time before y'all take it from the Bucks. Shout out to the Bucks. I love the Bucks, but shout out to them. But it's only a matter of time before
we
y'all take it
repping
from
over
the
here,
Bucks.
baby.
You know what I mean? But bro, like, how did you get into this?
Oh man, I mean, honestly, we're gonna have to go back to the beginning, bro. Born and raised Lower East Side. You know what I mean. Shout out LES, A Street Avenue D. Man, and I remember. God bless my grandparents, man, because they were the ones that really sparked this whole dream. My grandmother was the one that, took me every weekend to KB Toys and Toys R Us toy hunting and bro, copping all the Hasbros and the Bone Crunches and, bro, it was just, honestly, like, the whole action figure thing is what really sparked this whole thing. And I remember my grandfather coming home from work on a Friday. I was maybe like 4 or 5 years old, and it's crazy how I still remember this. And he brought me my very first Hasbro Undertaker figure. Yeah, man. And that was the first figure I ever had in my life. And it's crazy I still got that figure.
That's
which is
crazy.
wild.
That's crazy. And I think it's worth a little something too.
It might be.
It's
It
worth
might
a little
be.
Good condition?
Oh, it's out of the packaging because but,
You got it here.
But you still got it.
but I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still.
yeah.
The funny shit is, I got like fucking over 300 fucking Hasbro figures. Those are my favorite models.
Yes.
Action figures. And my dad used to take me to KB toy stores and like the random mom and pop toy
Yep,
stores
yep.
because back in the days, that's where we got the toys from.
100%.
I used to go there every Saturday and collect. Like I had doubles,
Yeah.
and especially the big rubber figures that just don't
Hell
move.
yeah, the LJNs.
Yeah, them shits just started to turn into
Yeah.
a fucking weapon after
Yo,
a while.
legit. Either a weapon or a dog toy, bro. Either one. They both
dog
work.
toy.
They both work.
They
bro.
both work, right? So this podcast is beyond hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I built this platform to talk to my friends in all genres, and not only just to give flowers, but to give game. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of what we do is insightful,
Yep.
and it all correlates
Yes.
to each other.
Yes.
Right. So, from the beginning, from getting into it, when did you go pro? Like, when did you get your
Professionally.
first shot?
So I started training the end of 07 going into 08. And I met this dude while I was still in high school, and we had gym class together, and I noticed that he had a duffel bag, and he was pulling his gym clothes, and I noticed wrestling shoes and kick pads, and he had like wrestling gear in his bag. So I was like, yeah, I don't mean to be nosy and in your bag, my dude, but what, you a wrestler? You right? And he was like, yeah, I actually train at this place in Arthur Kill Road. I was living in Staten Island at the time, and when he said that, I was like, hold up, there's a fucking wrestling school in Staten Island, and he was like, yeah, if you want, I'll take you, and I was like, say no more, let's go. And maybe 2 days later, it was the weekend. He took me. I met the trainer. His name was Magic, Andrew Morgan. He's still he's still one of the OGs from old school New York independence and shit. He's still rocking and rolling. And he was the first dude I met. And I told him I was passionate about it. I told him, I did backyard wrestling and shit, and it was something that I wanted to do. And again, I was still in high school at the time, and I was like, "What? How can I sign up? How can I start training?" And he was just like, "Here's the deal. I know you're still in school. If you want me to train you, I want you to bring me your diploma." And that's something I'm still to this day I will forever cherish, and I'm forever grateful for that, because I know for a fact, if I would have started wrestling school while I was in school, there was absolutely no way that I was, So I'm thankful for that. And and he was like, I'll train you, just bring me your diploma and we'll get to business. And say no more. I went to school and I was like, all right, I have something to look forward to now. I have something, because honestly, like, at that time, my state of mind wasn't really going to college. I didn't really have a plan. I was just like, I'll figure it out. You know what I mean?
Winging it.
I'll wing it and see what's good. And then finally, I was like, oh shit, I have this thing that I can now, focus on and get into. And I finished the last few months of school, man, and I did exactly what he said. I didn't go to graduation. I didn't go to prom. Which I still get heat for from my family.
Crazy.
And I'm like, yo, yeah, that's all y'all wanted was the pictures and shit.
No pictures.
Yeah, y'all want to pay $500 for that package of pictures and shit. Anyways, but but now, I went to him. No graduation, no prom, and I was like, here you go, sir. And I gave him my diploma, and off to the races. And that was the beginning of 2008. And now when my family bitches, I show them my action figure, and I'm like, you're welcome.
Look, speaking of which, you know what I mean? I only
It's
got
wild.
a couple cool friends that got action figures.
It's wild.
You know what I mean? Look, this is...
How does that feel?
I'm still...
Hold on, speaking of which...
I must have gotten maybe like 2 months ago, and I'm still in that moment, bro.
I feel you, bro.
Oh,
I'm
you
still,
already know
I'm
I
still
gotta,
taking that in.
You gotta fucking...
Oh yes, sir.
Get me right. I didn't even, I got all my shit on display. You see, I got my man Y2J right here. I usually,
sir.
but I'm like, I can't even take that out the packaging. I gotta let my brother sign that one, and I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna get the U and Ortiz joint. I'm gonna get 2 Ortiz joints, because when I run into him, he gotta sign one, and then I'm gonna put them joints on the mantle. It's gonna be the Inner Circle versus the NWO versus the club. You know what I mean?
You gotta play it
I got
out.
the whole setup ready. I got the whole setup ready.
You got another bar?
Yeah, Rome, 1,000 Words always got the good markers. He
always
got
got
all the
everything.
good portraits. He does it all.
Polaroid.
He got me right. See, now, I learned that you was doing the 2K wrestling later in life, right?
Yeah.
But I got onto you when you guys got into TNA.
Yeah.
Now, before I even asked that, when did you meet Ortiz?
I met him at 2KW.
Oh my God,
Yep. I met him. I was 13 years old.
that's crazy.
Damn,
Bro.
you know him since 13?
That's crazy.
We started wrestling behind Manhattan Center
That's
together.
your brother.
Pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah.
I used to battle in front of Manhattan Center.
Crazy.
Like two of my best friends, Nemlo and Steve-O, and a girl that I was dealing with at the time, all went to Manhattan Center. And I went to Brandeis. I had I had no reason to go to Manhattan Center other than them. And I was probably in Manhattan Center more than I was in Brandeis. Just by going over there to just battle and just be around. So the fact that you was wrestling in the back, and I was battling in the front.
It's wild.
This was destiny.
Yeah, 100%. There's no other way to put it, bro. There's absolutely no
This
other
was
way to put
destiny.
it.
I don't even
Hell
like.
yeah.
It's crazy, bro. When I never thought about it until now. Like, what the fuck? Santana was in the back scrapping, and I'm in the front rapping.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, what the fuck? I think I'm
Yes.
gonna name this episode "Scrapping
Rapping
and
and
Rapping."
rapping. That's
and
it.
rapping.
This
There
episode.
you go.
It comes as I go. But how did you guys get into Impact? Well, get into TNA at the time.
So that was another journey within itself. So I got trained and stuff like that. I started doing little shows here and there, and then I had to take a little trip to Puerto Rico and get away from the city for a little bit. And I spent some time out there, and then I came back once everything was chill, and I came back and I was I didn't have $1 to my name, bro. I didn't nothing. Like, I came back, I had no direction. I didn't know what I was gonna do. No plan at all.
What year was that?
Maybe 2010, 2011,
9,
maybe.
Yeah. Like 10, 11.
Yeah, around there. And I came back, and randomly I was like, hey, there's a show going on. Let me go check out this show and see what's good. And then I ended up running into Ortiz after not seeing him for a few years at that show. And we connected right away. We were like, holy shit, it's been a while. And fucking we're talking. We hit it off. And at the time, he was working at Borders Bookstore.
Wow.
And we hit it off. And I told him, I was like, hey, I just got back. I'm looking for a job. If you know of any places or whatever. And he was like, yo, my job is actually hiring. I'll put you in contact and get your resume together, and I'll see what I could do. I was like, say no more, And I did exactly that. I hit him up, and he got me a job at Borders
y'all
Bookstore.
both was working at Borders Bookstore.
We were both
Bookstore.
working security in
That
front of Borders
is
Bookstore.
fucking. That's hilarious.
About to body slam somebody.
Yo, from the bookstore to the big league. That's
I
crazy.
know you got some stories.
That's crazy.
Oh man, listen, bro, we called them the regulars, bro. 'Cause, damn, but yeah, man, we started working together at Borders, and that's all we did was talk about wrestling. During the break time, we would go to the break room. There was a DVD player and a TV, and we would pop in old Ring of Honor DVDs and fucking just watch wrestling, old Japanese shit. And that's all we did. So everybody knew during our break time, that's what we were doing in there. So,
Right.
And out of nowhere, he had told me about, it's crazy how shit goes full circle. He had told me, yo, I just read Chris Jericho's new book, A Lion's Tale. And I was like, oh shit, let me check it out. He was like, you should read it, whatever. I read it, bro, and I read it in maybe like 2 or 3 days. And I came back to work, bro, and I was like, yo, this is the blueprint. This is the if you want to make it, this is it. It's right in this book.
That was the moment you felt it?
That was the moment that we decided, yo, let's be a tag team.
Ortiz sound like the plug.
Let's chase
Oh,
it.
he had the job? Ortiz sound like the plug.
But yeah, man, and we were like, yo, all right, let's see what we do. And then I started training in the Bronx at Hunts Point, and there was a ring there, and I started training with a few people. And I ran into this old school tag team named All Money Is Legal, and they were pretty big on the indies back in the day. And I started training with them, and they took a liking to me, and I was like, and they asked me, yo, do you know someone you could tag with so we could have a match? And I was like, absolutely I do, actually. And I remember they were like, yo, let's do it this date. There's a show going on. We'll book, we'll have a tag match. And I remember I called Ortiz that night, and he did not pick up his phone.
Oh my
and
god!
I was tight. I must have called him, bro. No lie, like 20 times. Bro.
Oh my god!
And then who was it that I called after? I called one of our other boys, and I was like, bro, do you believe this motherfucker right now, bro? Do you believe this dude is just leaving me flat right now, bro? But we got an opportunity to do something legit. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, all right, let me try to call him. He calls him, and supposedly Ortiz tells me that other boy ended up cursing him out OD and fucking like, yo, call him so we can, get shit popping. And he called me back, and the rest is history. We had that match, and that was
shout out to Homeboy for calling him.
Word. Shout out to Homeboy for making the call.
Yo, shout out to FNB, bro.
Facts. So, is that when y'all got to TNA? Did y'all do that match in
So
TNA?
that was when we started grinding on the indies, and we started training with the SATs in Brooklyn, and then after that we started bouncing around all over the East Coast. We try to get CZW. We went to Beyond Wrestling. That's where we really broke out and had like top-notch matches at that time.
Who else was in Beyond Wrestling at that time when you guys were
there was Chris Dickinson, there was Jaka, the Bucks were coming through, Kevin Steen was coming through a lot. I mean, there was a bunch of guys at that time in and out of that place, man.
See, I feel like how the blog era was my golden era. I feel like around that time, the indie circuit was your guys' golden era.
Yep.
Right? Because all the big stars came out of that time. You know what I mean? The tag teams, you guys, the Bryan Danielsons, the fucking, the Bucks, the Kevin Steens, Kevin Owens, for the guys that...
Yeah.
And I know it's a lot of my fans that are my fans, so they love wrestling. So, like how this guy loves porn, and he just
Bro,
had his episode. He had his episode for love, and we gonna get into that too, because that's his forte.
All right.
But wrestling is my shit. Like how I love rap, I love wrestling. Although I'm not in the business, I love to learn the business. I love to know the history. And this interview for me is one of my favorite interviews already, because not only do I get to talk to my friend, but I get to talk to my friend that's in the business currently.
And the first wrestler here.
Right, and the first wrestler on the show.
First?
The first wrestler
first.
to be on the fucking show.
That's
so
a fact.
it's already history for
overdue.
me. You know what I mean? It was overdue.
Thank you.
Right. So, coming up in that, that, so to speak, that golden era time for you, like, how was it working in those indies? Like, how much time do you spend in one territory before you go to the next?
Honestly, for us, it was, we constantly had to move. I feel like the Northeast at that time was such a bubble that if you stood in that bubble, not a lot was going to happen for you. So we understood, like, all right, we'll make our rounds up and down the East Coast, but then we need to start moving out to the Midwest. We need to start going further down south. We need to start. So we were like, all right, Beyond Wrestling and House of Glory were the two places that were giving us bomb matches, and they were, highlighting us a lot and giving us a lot of opportunity. But then we also started making our way out west and, doing the PWG and doing the AIWs and stuff like that. And but yeah, Ortiz and I our whole mentality was we need to move everywhere. We wanted for fans to open those, because back in the day, like at that time, and even now still, like PWI, all the way in the back, they listed the indie guys and the indie shows or whatever that was going on. Then they listed, all right, who was on this show, this show, this show. So we were like, our goal is for fans to open those magazines and see our name in the West Coast, the East Coast, the Midwest, down south, like, and that was our whole mentality. And then finally, it popped off when TNA gave us that call, and shit, that changed everything for us.
See, that's how I got on to y'all, and I started to see y'all in ring style, and I just loved it because, for one, it's technical and it's high flying at the same time, and it was the new era of style, right? And being in TNA, like TNA had their own style of wrestling outside of what WWE was doing and all the other guys, right? And what really legitimized it for me is seeing Conan with y'all.
Oh yeah,
right? Because Conan comes from the NWO, from the LWO.
He was that stamp.
And he was that stamp. And it kind of felt like it gave me that vibe, but it was a spin to it because he got y'all style of wrestling, but he's the OG now.
Yep.
Right? And y'all manager.
Yep.
What was it like linking with the legend and soaking game from Conan?
Bruh. Still to this day, probably the greatest, one of the greatest moments of our career, you know what I mean? And I got to tell this story. So when we first got the call, it's funny. Shout out to JB, Jeremy Borash. He was, at the time, he was one of the producers there. And he emailed our Ortiz and I, when we were on the Indies, we had a joint email. So promoters hit that email. We both pretty much saw what was going on.
Right.
And he had emailed us, but at the time I was home. I had quit my 9 to 5. I had September 9th, 2016 was when I quit my 9 to 5, and I was like, this wrestling shit gotta work. Like I told Ortiz, like, I got a kid, I got bills, I got a wife, I got, like, this wrestling shit, if we're gonna do it, it has to work now. And so, we grinded for those 6 months from September to March when we got signed. Yo, we were fucking doing 12 shows a month, 13 shows, like, just killing ourselves, bro.
Crazy.
Like, because one, I needed the money, and two, we needed to make noise. We needed to make as much noise as possible. And so one day I was home alone with my daughter. She was still, like, really young, and my girl was at work. And I'm literally in the middle of making lunch for my daughter. And Ortiz calls me. He's like, yo, you need to check the email right now. And I'm like, bro, I ain't checking shit. I'm making lunch for my daughter. Dude, that shit's going to have to wait,
I'm on
bro.
father time.
Yeah, bro. I was like, that shit's going to have to wait. But he was like, bro, we got an email from Jeremy Borash. And the name clicked right away because I knew who JB was. And I was like, stop your bullshit, man. Like, And he's like, no, I think it's for real. He left a number. He's like, this is Jeremy Borash from so-and-so. Like, give him a call ASAP as soon as possible. And I was like, all right, but I got to finish lunch. He's like, all right, finish lunch. And hit him up. So I'm like, because I was always the one that did business. I was always the one that dealt with all the promoters and shit like that. So he was like, yo, do your job. And I was like, fuck you, bro. But anyways, so yeah, I was like, shit, I finished my daughter's lunch. I gave her lunch, and then I went to my room, and I made that call, and sure enough, it was JB. And he was like, hey, are you free such and such date? And I was like, I am now, and he was like, he kind of gave me a small synopsis of a plan of what they had in mind. And I was like, at this point, bro, let's get it. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's get to work. And he was like, okay, you're going to get a call from a 619 area code. And I was like, 619? You know who I thought of right away. I was
Mysterio.
Like, what? I was like, what? But he's like, just pay attention to the phone and whatever. So I remember after that, we had maybe a 20, 30-minute conversation. After I hung up, bro, I hugged my daughter so tight. And I fucking cried like a little bitch, bro. I cried. Because it was the first moment where I was like, this opportunity could change everything if we put into work, And at the point I was, just having that moment with my daughter alone, and she's like, what the hell is your problem? But
you'll see later.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yep. But no, so then maybe like an hour or two later, sure enough, I get a call, 619 area code. I pick up, yo, it's K-Dog. And I was like, my hair stand up now, bro. It was crazy. It was like, that's exactly what I was. And later on, I was like, yo, do you always respond as K-Dog on the phone? What's the deal? But are you always is that your deal?
I'm K-Dog.
Yeah, that's nah, man. And we spoke, and he broke it all down to me. He was like, yo, this is the plan. Would you be interested? And yeah, and what, of course, we were like, absolute. I was like LAX, fucking, all about it. But what really did it to me, and made me like really solidify that what's the word, that choice, was at the end of the conversation before he hung up. He goes, yo, just real quick, all I'll ever ask is for you to keep it real with me. And I was like, you're dealing with two Puerto Rican kids from New York. That will never be an issue.
Talk.
And after that, the rest is history,
The
man.
rest is history.
NYC, baby.
That's crazy. See, like, when you guys were in TNA, for one, like I said, y'all was a part of one of the illest factions.
Yep.
Then you guys were putting on 5-star matches, winning titles. At some point, it was like, what more can we do, right? So after you guys left TNA, that's when you guys went to HOG, or was it like
No, we were
ROH after that?
No, we were at House of Glory on the Indies before
Right.
we got to Impact.
Before you guys got the Impact, y'all was
Yeah,
at? But,
we
did
started.
you guys go back after? Because I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
y'all went back.
While we were at Impact, we were still doing House of Glory shows.
Right.
But we got to House of Glory in maybe 2014, 15. So very early on, like before they even got to Amazura, we were doing, bro, when they were running shows in a gym in Jamaica. And yeah, bro, like we were there from like before they even started doing all those big shows.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Shout out to B. That's
Yeah,
that's
man.
ill. So right, so now you guys are a part of AEW.
Yeah.
One of the hottest fucking brands, organizations, territories.
Hell yeah.
Today.
Hell yeah.
I faithfully watch it every Wednesday or Friday, whenever it comes on. And obviously, you know, I think I was asking you this before you even got there. Like, I can't wait to see y'all in the Bucks.
Yeah.
Like I gotta see that. And then you guys got there, and now it's all these dream programs that's happening. Y'all in FTR. Like, I popped when I saw Conan.
Oh yeah,
at
you
that,
know we
'cause
had to.
I was like, oh nah, that's ill. That's nostalgia right there. Like,
Yep.
like being. Shout out to Tony Khan. For one, I love
100%.
how AEW was ran.
Yep.
I love it. I love coming to the shows.
Mm-hmm.
I love the energy that you guys give everybody. It's an A1 organization.
Yep.
What is it like working for Tony Khan
Man,
in AEW?
it's honestly, like when people throw around like family a lot. That's a family, legit. Like
I could tell.
bro, when my pops passed away, bro, like I can't even tell you what they did for me and my family. You know what I mean? And just the support that they offered, and just like, you know, I'm forever in debt to Tony Khan, straight up. Like he's a real dude, and just a genuine person, bro. Like even aside from the business, and aside, like you get to sit down and talk with him, and just like get to know him. He's a dope dude, and that's not me just saying it because he's my boss or anything, but like legit, he's a dope dude. He knows his shit, and he's hip to a lot of shit that's going on, you know. And yeah, it's been an amazing ride, bro. I mean, crazy shit, you know, with the pandemic and just everything that's happened, and it's just seeing how the team just came together to keep the fucking the wheels going, man, through all the adversity and all the bullshit. It's been a journey. It's awesome, and it's just getting started.
It's just getting started. That's what I was
the-
about to say.
That's the crazy part.
It just began.
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy. And you know, like, for one, I can tell Tony is a cool guy just from watching his promos that he cuts on fucking Impact all the time. I love it. Him and Tony Schiavone. That shit is.
Bro,
I love watching it
funniest
because
shit
it's so like. You can't tell if it's a work or a shoot
Yep.
because he's just going. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, you said something earlier about reading Jericho's book.
Yep.
And that was the blueprint to get into the game. Fast forward, you being in the game, getting into the game. Now you're a part of his group.
It's crazy. That's why I was like, it's crazy how full circle my life
circle,
has been. Yeah.
bro. what is it like now after reading the book and now you're with the actual human that wrote the book? What is it like being with the GOAT? Because I call him the GOAT.
Yeah.
I love him. He's
yeah.
my favorite
Yo,
wrestler because
that's a
he's the
fact.
king of reinvention.
Yep.
And I mean, what is it like being with Y2J?
It's a never-ending learning experience. Just being in his presence, you know what I mean? Like you learn more from watching him than you do from speaking with him. And that's fucking insane. Like, and you know, us being from New York, we like to sit back and observe everything.
Everything.
And
Have to.
that's all me and Ortiz do. That's all we've ever done. So nothing changes, you know what I mean? And with him is like he doesn't need to tell you. He doesn't need to say it. He's gonna show you. And I feel like that's what's kept him going. You know?
Real leader.
He's a straight up like he's a walking learning experience, bro. And
crazy.
you know, when you've done the things that he's done, when you've performed at the level he's has for this long, you know what I mean? Like, what more can you say about the dude? You know what I mean? Like, he's 50 years old and still rocking it. I was saying this out there to one of the boys. I was like, yo, every time I see Chris Jericho bust out a lion salt
It's
at
crazy. to
50
me.
years old, bro, I'm like,
50.
fuck this dude, yo. Because if I can't do that at 50, I did something wrong, bro.
Man.
Straight up, bro.
Man.
And I mad respect for him. Mad respect for him. And he's just a cool dude. And his I feel like his thing is that he knows that wrestling constantly evolves, right? He's not one of those dudes that like to keep it traditional and like to keep it, you know, hold it back and not let it progress. Wrestling has to evolve. It always has.
everything.
That's what's kept it relevant, just like anything, right? But he, like, I feel like his ego has never like gotten in his way of asking or getting advice from the younger guys or seeing how shit works in different ways. Because, bro, when we first got there, and even still to this day, he comes to us and asks us for advice. And I'm
Wow.
like,
That's crazy.
what? Like, you know what I mean?
If Chris Jericho was a rapper, who would he be?
If
Damn.
Chris Jericho was a rapper,
Because he sounds like Lil Wayne. He's scared. He's not scared to evolve.
You
Like,
know what?
I don't know.
That could be.
I don't know.
That's a good one.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that when you just said that.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Because Lil Wayne won with Cash Money, and then he won with Young Money, and then he reinvented a lot. Went from the braids to the dreads.
See, up there with the goats.
Switched up his style. That could be a good. I like that.
I'm just.
I like that. I like that. That's a good one. You know, one thing with you and Ortiz that I love is your promos. Like, you guys always add our culture into that.
Absolutely.
Like pop culture, like what the streets is saying.
Yep.
Like every time I see y'all, like even spray painting El Barrio on the shit, like I love it
That's
because
real.
it's like
That's New
every
York,
time I
baby.
see y'all, I
Yeah.
feel fucking New York.
Yeah, bro.
You feel me? Like,
bro.
what is the freedom like?
It's
On the
amazing.
promos over there.
It's amazing. You know, we get a lot of free reign over what we want to say and put together and stuff. You know, as long as it's you know nothing fucking outrageous. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you know, we get a lot of free reign, and Tony and Chris and a lot of the team, they trust us to come up with our shit and just be as real and authentic as possible. And that's honestly what's been Ortiz and I's bread and butter. That, like, keeping it real. And again, my favorite wrestler of all time is Bret Hart.
I was gonna ask you.
Someone.
I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah,
out to
someone that kept he was never a character. He was never a gimmick. What you saw was who he was all the time.
He really was the champion.
Exactly. He really was the
champion.
hitman. He
was
really
the hitman.
was the best there is, the best there
Facts.
was,
No
best there ever
smiling.
will
Facts.
be. Yeah, bro.
Facts.
Like he was, and that's why I was so drawn to him, because I was never into like all the characters and the big, you know, personalities and shit. This dude, he always said I was the best professional wrestler. I'm the best. I'm better than anyone. You know what I mean? And when he spoke about his family, when he spoke about where he came from, when he spoke about where he trained, like that's what made him him. And like for us, it was like, this is who we are. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? Like we want to make it to wherever we're gonna make it, being us. Of course, we I like to say, and of course all the greats have said it. It's ourselves turned up to fucking 100. You know what I mean? And honestly, like with me personally, like I just channel the person who I used to be. You know, because that person I keep locked inside and you know, shit like that. So with those promos and our matches is when I get to, you know, put the key in and unlock that shit a little bit.
Right.
And I'm thankful that I have an outlet that ain't gonna get me locked up. You know what I mean? You know, so I'm thankful for that. So but yeah, man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing that we've been able to make it this far and to this level, being two Puerto Rican kids from New York City.
Right.
And that to me is everything. If wrestling doesn't ever give me anything, it gave me that. And it allowed me to be me, you know.
That's hard.
That's real.
That's what rap did for me.
That's freeing.
The same way. You know what I mean? Like, Smoke This on record is Smoke This off record. It's really not a big difference. You know what I mean? Outside the rap shit. Now, you know, LES, New York City. Now, I met you a couple years ago from one of my best friends that happens to be from El Barrio.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Bodega Bams.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Family to the show, he was up here. You know what I mean? Your taste of rap is definitely up there. Because you know about shit that you're supposed to know about.
I try to.
And you rock, like how you rock with the indies in wrestling, you work with the indies in rap.
Yep.
You listen. Who are some of your people that you listening to?
Of course, Bams. Of course, yourself. You know, Griselda's killing it everywhere. You know what I mean? Like they.
He talking.
Yeah, like they. You know, they just. Bro, they. All you guys are like the NWO of this shit right now. You know what I mean? I say it straight up. Y'all the ones holding it down. Like y'all keep. Y'all are. Just that vibe and that aura of what hip hop used to be lives through y'all. And to me, that's, if it wasn't for you guys, I'd still be listening to, and I still do. I listen to all 90s shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
But honestly, like, y'all what I fuck with. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, y'all the ones keeping the culture alive, like the true essence of the culture and lyricism and just all that shit. So, honestly, I've been so caught up with a bunch of shit that I haven't really like delved into shit, but I listened to Cole's album recently.
Cole's album is hard.
That was
Shout
real
out to
hard.
my brother J. Cole.
Yeah, man, that was really good shit. But man, like, yo, these Griselda dudes are not.
Those are my brothers, man. Them
around,
niggas is
yo.
incredible. I always say, you know what I mean? Like, they was a part of my inspiration. You know what I mean?
That's
as
crazy.
far as, like, I came in on that style of rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I started to click on the internet, that style of rap wasn't favorable at the time. So for them to kick through the doors with that being the forefront of the style, you know what I mean? And me fucking with them niggas from 2015, before shit really, you know, started to move like that, and seeing the progression of all three of them. Like, I can't choose which one I love the most as far as, you know what I mean?
They all have something special.
Period.
To give.
Like, I love all of them niggas
man.
the same. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, but they bring that breath of fresh air.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean, to revitalize what's going on out here. So I love it as well, because I'm a fan too. As much as being an artist, I'm a fan of artists as well. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of all of them niggas. I listen to Benny, fucking West, and Con religiously.
Yeah, man.
So I feel that, like, you know, being fucking on TV and not having fans. Right, so before, because now the world is starting to reopen, starting to be, you know, we're starting to get jiggy again.
Yeah,
hopefully we all, you know, let me not over, because I feel like every summer they be like, yeah, the world's back open, and then when it get cold, they be like, all right, it's closed again.
Yeah, it's over.
Right, but now, you know, fans are starting to trickle back in, and I'm definitely coming to the show on the 22nd of September.
Hell yeah.
In Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Hell yeah.
AEW.
That's gonna be insane.
You know what I
bro.
mean? First time in New York City, I will be front row, me and West Side Gun, like we always are. Right?
Oh, man.
But what was it like working in front of no crowd?
It was, like I said, the hardest fucking year ever. Not just in my personal life, but professionally. I think it was the first time any of us had to. We all know the fans are just as much as a part of the show as the wrestlers are. You know what I mean? They're the ones that we feed, that we get that energy from. They're the ones that add that extra oomph to the shows. You know, that if it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be doing this shit. You know what I mean? So being on TV and in front of those cameras, but knowing like, shit, man, like I gotta try to muster up some energy from somewhere, you know. And what did it for me, honestly, was just every time we got in front of the camera, I just told myself, yo, there's a bunch of kids watching this shit. There's a bunch of people watching this shit that need an escape, that need something to take their mind off of something, that are going through some shit or are looking for something to look forward to, or trying to draw from our energy, you know what I mean? And I just channeled that. And I would just always tell myself before walking out the curtain, like, yo, there's a kid like I was sitting in his boxes watching this shit in front of his TV in his living room, you know what I mean? And I just told myself, yo, they deserve all my energy. You know what I mean? Not just them, but this business. This business has allowed me to give a fucking great life to my family, bro. I owe this shit everything. Forever. Like I this shit saved my life, bro.
I feel you, bro.
Real right
I feel
when,
that. My
Hold
nigga,
that song.
I fucking
Hold that song, my nigga.
When I say I feel that,
I feel you, bro.
I feel that.
With you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Cause this shit saved my
Real
life too,
cry, bro.
You know what I mean?
Real men cry.
And condolences to you and your dad. Yeah. You know what I mean? You already know we tapped in, so you already know how that shit goes. You know, the pandemic now coming hopefully to an end, and us being able to travel again, and the forbidden door being kicked open.
Yeah,
right? I've been dying to see you guys in Japan.
Oh, man,
dying to see it.
That's the only I feel like the only country that we haven't touched yet of a part, like that are a part of the big wrestling territories and because we've done Germany, we've done the UK, we've done Puerto Rico, we've done the United States, we've done Canada, we've done Mexico. All that's missing is Japan. The same thing like Jericho. Good luck, so. Same thing like Jericho. The fucking blueprint. He went to Germany, he went to the UK, so we followed that same path. You know what I mean? And Japan is the only place that has eluded us. But I don't think that's for very long. So.
Oh yeah, I don't think so neither. I'm dying for that.
Yeah, man.
Before I see you over there waiting to get tagged in. I got you, Ortiz. I got you, Ortiz. Hold on. You got one question? Do you have 5?
I got one.
Do you have 5 questions over there?
Nah, you took my.
Because I was about to go shoot the 5.
You took my question.
Can you shoot the 5?
I can't.
No, you don't even. Can you?
Can I ask this gentleman a question? Can I ask him a question?
I shoot the one deep.
We all want to be legends.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, how do you want to be remembered?
Oof. What I do and what I represent, I feel like is much bigger than wrestling. All I've ever wanted to do was do something that was gonna help people, something that was gonna be here past me. You know what I mean? And realizing that pro wrestling has given me a platform to be able to help people and be able to do that. I guess my lasting legacy, what I want to be remembered for, isn't how many championships I won, isn't where I worked, isn't who I wrestled, but who I inspired and who I touched. And you know, if I never, you know, make $1 million, if I never fucking, you know, main event a WrestleMania or whatever the case is, bro, if I inspired someone, if I gave a kid hope and say, yo, if that kid that looks like me was able to make it and able to make something of his life coming from where we come from, have struggled the same way we have, then I could make it. If I could have people say that, that's all I want to be remembered for. Just to be and also for being me and representing my culture.
Gangsta.
I got one more.
I want to be the big pun of wrestling.
Ooh.
I missed that because I was.
You want to be the big pun of wrestling, man.
I want to be the big
That
pun
was
of
my
wrestling.
next question.
Go ahead.
That was my next question. He gave it to me.
What was
so
the
you're
question?
a big pun.
I want to be the
Because
big pun of wrestling.
I asked you who was Chris Jericho if
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
rapper. Who would you be?
Big pun.
Big pun.
Yeah. Big Pun went platinum and bought a house on fucking White Plains Road.
St.
Right.
Lawrence. I live up the block.
Bro,
I live up the block. I know exactly
chilled
what you're talking about.
in front of Soundview Projects
Yes.
Facts.
with his fucking
Parked
truck.
the moped
Yeah.
that was in the video in front of the house.
You know what I mean? Like, bro,
Gangsta.
the essence, bro.
The essence.
That's
Wow.
that. Like, he is who I pattern.
I'm
You
with
know what I mean?
I'm with you, Rich too. Rich with Big Punisher.
Big
Nah,
Punisher,
that's my
bro.
man, B.
Like he was the.
And NYC.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
with you.
saying. NYC being Puerto Rican, just man, like
Y'all ever wrestled in Puerto Rico?
yeah, been champions in Puerto Rico.
Talking shit.
Come on, man.
Listen, man. I'm asking that man a question, brother.
Nah,
Two times.
Put me-
I'm not.
I gotta pull out the card.
You gotta pull out the cards. You got to.
I'm a humble dude.
You already settled the action figure.
Yo,
You already got an action figure.
so listen, I'm a humble dude, but sometimes I'll pull the card out, bro.
You gotta pull the card out.
Sometimes I do, and I get a pass because I don't pull it out as often.
You need to though.
yeah.
Fuck
I
it.
do. I
People
do.
need to know. That's why I
do.
started it off with. Hold on, my man won. He's a 14-time all around the globe,
And
like
just
Crazy.
started.
Yeah,
like worldwide.
I feel like I haven't even like went like that to the ceiling, bro.
You haven't.
I feel like I
Not even.
Bro, I'm 30 years old. Bro, just the plans and just the blueprint that I've put together in my mind for myself, man, it's scary, but exciting at the same
It's
time.
exciting. Yeah, it's very
know?
exciting. Cause I'm not trying to shake shit up, guys. I gotta give a disclaimer. You know what I mean? Shout out to Big E. I love Big E. That's my guy. Shout out to Austin. Shout out, you know what I mean? Shout out to fucking Kofi.
Yeah,
I would love to see Proud and Powerful against the New Day one
man,
day.
that'd be dope.
Cause that's one thing that I've never seen before.
And I'm huge fans of all of them.
I hope and pray that this forbidden door, right?
He putting it
at
out there.
some point in time in life, right? I hope that forbidden door is the universal forbidden door.
Yeah,
And
I think the only thing holding it back and the only thing in the middle of that is ego. That's it. I think at the end of the day, in professional wrestling, that's been its biggest detriment
Right.
is ego. Because when you eliminate ego, everybody eats.
Facts.
You know,
It's a big fact.
He talking.
That's a big fact.
you know.
Because I feel like at least at this point in time in pro wrestling, it's the closest it's ever been to that happening. And I don't think we that far in the years away from it happening because I see AEW being around 30 years from now.
Yep. Yep.
And that's not just me just blowing smoke.
It's why we decided to go there because
Legit.
we believe in the vision.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. Like I said with fans, like you see me there. I'm there. Like I love it. What is your Mount Rushmore of tag team wrestlers?
Tag teams.
Because everybody asks Mount Rushmores
Yeah,
of
yeah.
just wrestlers.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
I wanna know your Mount Rushmore tag team.
You stumped him.
Damn. I haven't thought about this in a long time. I'll put this out there right now, and I feel like Ortiz and I have always said it. I think the best tag team in the world is the Briscoe brothers. I'll say it straight up.
I love the Briscoe brothers.
Bro.
I'm just waiting for it to happen. Just any
We
one of them.
we wrestled them in Germany for WXW. Shout out to them. They made it happen. We went over there for their big tag tournament that they do every year. We got to wrestle the Briscoes, but man, to have been doing it as long as they have at the level that they have and have constantly like, bro, they constantly innovating, bro, constantly
Killing
like
it.
going hard. Those
Killing
dudes do not.
Yeah. Very intense.
Bro, they're not fucking around. Like, they're not, you know what I mean? Like, they are not fucking around. I'll be real. I'll be the first one to say it. When we wrestled them in Germany and we were standing across the ring, I looked back at Ortiz and I was like, yo, you got your boots on, bro?
Yeah.
Are they tight? Because we're going for a ride, bro. And it was awesome.
Man, I would love to see that again.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, at this point, yeah, we were young at that time. That was I think 2017 when we wrestled them the first time. So I can imagine even now. You know.
Briscoes.
He only gave us one. He only gave us
Nah,
one.
I know, but I was just about to say something. We need to see that again, so you know what that means.
Word.
I'm gonna let you keep
I'm
going.
with it.
You know what I mean?
So
the Briscoes, that's one.
Briscoe Bros, Heart Foundation, of course. Fucking British Bulldogs.
Of course.
Who else? For me, Dr. Death and
Terry
and
Bam
Terry
Bam.
Gordy. Bro, come on. Miracle Violence Connection, man. Bro, for me,
That's hard.
they are not playing.
That's
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Have it after
All right,
that.
so see, for me, I think my 4 might be the Brain Busters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Shit, this is hard. I'm gonna put the Heart Foundation in there because, you know, I love the Heart Foundation. Steiner Brothers.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I think my last one. LAX.
Yo,
Fuck you thought I was about to say. You thought I was about to say. Come on, man. I got my brother in this motherfucker. Come on.
shit.
Automatically, y'all got a spot. Come on, man.
yo,
And
don't make
that's-
me go over and hug the shit out of
And that's not favoritism.
Yo.
That's real life, man.
you. Appreciate
Nah, he
it. Much
reps you,
love.
bro.
That's real life.
That's okay.
Vegas rolled the backwood today. Like 2 episodes
You're
ago.
so proud of that.
Two episodes ago, he said he was on the fence. He's like, nah, come on, I got the backwoods. You know how Vegas do. He's like,
Unsure, but sure.
come on, I'm smoking it.
New Vegas.
I feel like Vegas don't know what countries it is.
Vegas ready to go home.
This
He
ep-
Yo, hit her with the Skyhawk, brother.
That's a
I didn't
fact,
know
bro.
what country I was in.
You know what I mean? This episode is sponsored by the Smokers Club. You know what I mean? Every episode. Shout out to the Smokers Club at www.thesmokersclub.com for all your high fashion accessories, stoner trinkets,
Boom.
t-shirts, all of that. And if you're in California and you shop at dispensaries, make sure you hit the cookie store. Cookie store on Melrose. Make sure you hit the all the Empire stores. Make sure you hit the Marathon store, and I think we got a whole bunch of other stores. And make sure you go get the critters, go get the Job Stopper, go get the donuts. You know what I mean? We compliant white label, and we got the gas. And you know what I mean, for the black market, you know what I mean, I'm outside. I don't know where my bag is at. Hold on. You get it going. Oh, nah, this is a different bag. My bag. Oh, all right. You know what I mean?
That's the
Big-
most creative shit ever.
Thank you, brother. You know what I mean? I got a bag for you with nothing in it. Wink. Big league OG. Big league OG. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Astor Club. If you know, you know. And that type of shit. You know what I mean? What's up with you?
Nothing, man. Nothing. I'm good. You look like somebody I don't want to play with, though. I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't want to play with you, brother.
What? You don't want to be a regular at the bookstore, man. You don't want to get dropped at the bookstore.
Shout out to Ortiz, where you at?
Yo, for real.
Bro, you know, before I let you go, you got a clothing line you've been working on.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? You already know I'm gonna be in all of that shit.
I
right?
appreciate it.
But what's up with that? Let's, you know what I mean? What can we talk about that a little?
Yeah, man. Pretty much, it's been a little passion project I've been working on the side. You know what I mean? I've always been into actually my pops is the one that got me into collecting a lot of like graphic tees and shit like that. So you know, I've always been into. I cop a shirt almost everywhere I go. You know what I mean? That's always been a thing for me. And yeah, I just want to put some flavor on, you know, old school New York culture and you know, pretty much made in New York. And yeah, man, like it's dope. Like just so many ideas been flowing and so many things. Like I got a really cool team together and everybody got the same mindset and the same vision, and shit is really popping off pretty cool. It's been getting a lot of support, so it's pretty dope. But yeah, pretty much just a straight up old school New York feel, you know, mixing hip hop, maybe mix some wrestling, and you know, just do a lot of collabs and shit like that. But
Fire.
Man.
When is it out? When is it dropping? Like,
so we do like very limited shit. We usually do pre-order stuff, and it's up for 7 days. After the 7 days are up, pretty much like we try to keep it very limited. So
Catch them if you can.
yeah.
fly shit.
Yeah,
Fly
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Is it up right now? Can I get?
So
get
we're doing our second drop, dropping this Friday actually. So
okay, perfect.
It'll be dropping this Friday probably at 12 o'clock noon, and yeah, man.
Where can we find it?
On my Instagram at Santana_proud, and also at Born Nasty NYC on both Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, man, dropping Friday. We're doing our second drop. Drop a few items there, and then keep growing, keep expanding, and you know, yeah, just doing it up.
Fire. So yeah, I'm not missing that drop on Friday.
Appreciate it.
Everything in the 2X. You really know, I'm not even. I was about to, you know, I could have pulled the brother. Yo, what's up, bro? Man, send me a box. but what I'm gonna do is, for all my fans that's listening, make sure you follow Santana right now, on Instagram and Twitter. What's your Instagram handle again?
It's at Santana_proud.
And on Twitter.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yes, sir.
Follow my brother. Make sure y'all be in tune with everything that's going on. Cop that merch. And I love you, brother.
Love you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me and just always showing me love and hospitality. I came in here, got a full plate of food. Like, yo, again, I've never had so much contact high ever. It's been great. I got the munchies again.
It's all good.
So
we got more food. So you good, man. You good.
But yeah, man, thank you so much for having me and like mass success to all this and everything you're doing. And bro, if there's any way that I can help promote or support in any way, bro, I'm always here.
Bro,
like
you already do that already.
Did that.
And you do it, and you did it even more by coming and come fuck with me. You know what I mean?
First wrestler.
The first wrestler.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Especially have your passion for wrestling and just you being like one of the biggest, you know, supporters and fans that I know. Like, it's wild that I'm the first wrestler on
You
there,
kicked in the forbidden door of the Personal Party Podcast for the
Stop
wrestlers.
playing.
You kicked in the forbidden door. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now
Hell
all my
yeah.
other friends, Big E, Enzo, you know what I mean? I even got it's a few others, you know what I mean? I gotta tap in Finn, you know what I mean? Come fuck with me.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? The doors is wide open.
Hell yeah.
But you know, I usually leave the pod after we, you know, finish an ep with a gem. And today my gem is you miss every shot that you don't take.
Boom.
That's it. So go nut. Pause.
You know what I mean? So hopefully when I look at the box score right now, D Mitch got like 35-7.
Your new gambling addiction.
And 4 threes.
Yo, everybody
and
got
4
that
threes.
booty.
I hope he hit
know?
4 threes today. I hope D Mitch hit 4 threes today. You know what I mean? Cause you miss every shot you don't take, so take all the shots.
Always.
What's that stupid shit you say?
Mr. Curl for the girls, waves for the babes, and that's for the hood rats. Show Broadway, personal party, Santana.
Nigga, he remixed it today. He said Mister. He usually say curls for the girls, waves for the babes, naps for the hood rats. Show Broadway hole.
You know.
Personal party podcast. Chill.
Be a fan.